Previously on Zoomvivor.
But be careful on what you find because you may never know what you think is good could be your demise.
I found the idol. I was very happy because I knew during that stage in the game that people, even from the Mount of Five Alliance, were gonna plot against me.
So I really sort of developed this parang easy vibe against him.
Which means we are demerging.
Not this, not like this.
Get the idol, you can have it. Use it correctly. Please use it correctly. If you feel like they're ganging up on you, use the idol.
Alright, that cost us. Tribe was spoken. 10th person voted out of Survivor PANGAEA and the second member for jury. Alright, Charlene, with that, the tribe was spoken.
What happened?
No,
Mind
what else?
explaining?
I wanna come clean.
Anyone who wants sticks? Okay.
I was the one who wrote Kenneth because it seems that Charlene have an idol and she was targeting bads. And so that's the reason why I strayed to Kenneth because Charlene made sure that she will be writing bads.
Kenita, you shady bitch. Honestly, I didn't know what was going on to your head. Like, for me, that was a stupid move.
I'm hoping that we can still work this out. We can still go far in this game. And I'm hoping that Ati Kat also tried to form an alliance with her tribe mates so we could, go farther in this game. Charlene, parang
Gumagalaw-galaw siya nung ano eh.
pinupul kami ni Cha, kami dalawa ni Bing for an all girls alliance.
Meron
And
din ganyan. Tapos
she
ako din
was-
yung target.
Yun yung
She was
kaya-
targeting bads.
Kasi ikaw yung tina-target. Kasi sinabi niya na gusto niya ng all.
What the heck?
So that's the reason why I strayed.
Thank you, guys.
Pero at least,
That's another Bisaya down. So if the Pinoys will somehow make it far in the game, actually pick up the internationals moving forward, I feel like I could still have a chance to be in a majority alliance.
These people reported to me that Charlene was doing just that. Do I feel sorry that she went home? No, not really. Whoever is gunning for me deserves to go home.
Your
I'm
tribe
muted. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, tell
What happened to your tribal?
It was so long.
yeah, I think it took
Craziest
an hour.
trip ever. Like,
Why it was long?
It got
All
so-
bosses are on play.
Oh my gosh.
Do you want to hear?
the game literally grabbed me by my fucking throat and took me for a ride.
Oh my god. I did not know any of them had those advantages. Like, Kat said she had an idol. I thought it was a scare tactic. So did Dakota. And then Dakota played his idol on me, but then took it back. And then Costas had an advantage. And Brian was safe. Like, oh my gosh. I literally thought I got Sareed there for a second.
She had the power to save herself. And yet, she vested her idol to me. And I said, oh my God, kasalanan ko ba? Is it my fault that Charlene voted out? Because I stole her immunity?
Man, you controlled that tribal like so well. And you flushed out so many advantages, so many paranoia, and that's a move that could win the game. That's a winning game move.
How many advantages does an idol or...
Three
Oh my
advantage.
Three advantages / idols were literally all played in that tribal. It was insane.
And I cried.
What?
I felt as if I could put myself in a position that I could see a valid path at the end. I could let them eat each other and slide by, do what I need to do, take advantage of the votes, manipulate the hell out of people, do what I need to do to make it to the end. I saw that opportunity if I could, in some way, shape, or form, get Brian, Kat, Erica, and myself all on the same page. So Kat played her idol for herself, and I played my idol on myself.
If no one played an idol, who will go home?
What?
If no one played anything, who will go home?
Who got the 4 votes?
Who got votes?
Me.
Oh, Kat.
Nagkaroon ako ng bagong goal. To get rid of Bads and Ken. At all cost. Kayong lahat na bumoto kay Cha, uubusin ko kayong lahat. Isa-isa.
Like, there were 3 advantages, right? How do you find those advantages?
You guys are quick.
One idol is powerful, but 2 idols, that's just God level protection for you in the game. If you don't make it through to the final 6, final 5, whatsoever, you're stupid, you know? And so I knew that I had to play it correctly. With all the shenanigans other players are pulling against me, with all the plots, with all the scheming, with all the painting of me as a target going on, I knew that I had to use my 2 idols, if only to make it at least to the final 6. So I planned on how to use these idols, and I didn't plan on telling anyone about it unless I'm already sure that I'm using the idol or any of the idols.
Alright. Here's how this challenge is gonna go. On my count, on my signal, you will attempt to blow the ping pong balls across each cup until the end of the line. The first person who will shoot the ping pong ball in the empty cup wins individual immunity, safe from the vote. As for one of you will be the 11th person voted out and the 3rd member for jury. Worth playing for?
Yes.
Alright. Let's get into position, guys. Alright. For immunity, the virus ready? You cannot touch the ball, okay? You can just touch it if it falls. Ready, and go! Ken, moving very fast.
Done.
Alright,
Game's done.
Kathy wins immunity so fast. Some people never have moved.
I made a man.
Congratulations, Kathy. You have won
Congrats,
immunity.
man.
Safe from the
Congrats,
vote. As for the rest of you, one of you will be the 11th person voted out and the third member of the jury. Okay, you can do it if you want. Ken is still doing it just for the fun of it.
Oh, I definitely.
Congratulations to Kat. You are safe. While you're, I'm gonna give you guys an extra 5 minutes to clean up, and then the default 15 minutes to socialize. Is that fair?
Yes.
All right. Good luck to you guys. See you in tribal.
So yun na nga, I won. Diba? Amazing. I won the first immunity, and that is one of my goals, to win an immunity challenge. And I have it. 2 goes down.
Obviously, like, having that necklace means everything. That means you're in the final 7. And I didn't have that security. But the fact that it was Kat as being like one of us 4 that did kind of come out of that tribal together, wanting to be a solid 4, that did give me a little bit of reassurance that, like, okay, like, this could work. Like, I have faith in this.
So I'm exploring the places in the island, and I bumped into this advantage. I saw this QR code, and I'm really excited to open it because maybe I was the first one who saw it. And when I opened it, I was like, what? A disadvantage? Is this really a thing? And why the fuck did you guys put it here? I mean, what's the rationale about it?
For this round, the names floating are Erica, who I heard it from, of course, the Malta 5 Alliance, who is still as intact as ever at this point in the game, and Bing, who I heard it from myself.
Everyone is really gunning for Erica. I haven't heard any other name na strongly being pushed. But at the same time, hindi pa rin maalis sa isip ko if this is the right time to actually make a move on Bats.
I want to strike against the Bing and Brian duo, who have been pretty much solid since the start of the game.
I was actually obviously talking to my number 1 ally, Brian. And I figured he actually has a connection with Erica, Dakota, and Atcat. So I was thinking, if we vote out Erica now, Brian will somehow, not gain the trust of that foursome. And at the same time, andito pa rin si Bats.
In the 8 of us left here, he's the biggest threat to win. Like, the way he speaks, the way he manages the votes, the way he talks to everyone. I feel like he's most connected with all the people in the game.
So I thought, okay, you have them. Maybe we can orchestrate a blindside against Bats. Kasi that's 4 plus me, and I feel like Kanita is on our side. So yeah, that's 6 against 4. And I don't think Bats has an immunity idol.
We can work together, we can work this merge together. I just hope that the other people don't see us as a duo. And I don't want to be labeled as a duo because that's just the biggest target right there.
Dakota and I pretty much checked in on each other. This is because of the 4 to the end alliance I had with Sherry, Dakota, and Erica. I thought that was a perfect time for me to work with Erica and Dakota.
I hadn't had I at this point I hadn't had much communication with Bod since the beginning. So coming back into the merge, I'm hoping that we could work together.
Dakota and I were trying to figure out like who the hell even like are we thinking? Like I genuinely like didn't know. So I told Bads like I honestly have no idea. Like what are you thinking? Like I don't know.
I knew that the Mouth of Five is gunning against Erica. So I told Dakota, the Filipinos are gunning against Erica. They are voting her out.
And then Dakota tells me that like he's going around trying to put my name down. And I'm like, okay, like, is he thinking of anyone else? Like, why just me? Like, that's weird. That's kind of shady, especially when like going into the merge, he like wanted to work with me, but okay.
I have an idol. I will transfer this idol to you. The reason being, I want Dakota to use that idol for Erica. Just so, Erica and Dakota will write Bing's name down.
And here is this fortune idol. I have an idol. I'm going to transfer it to you. Please, why don't you play it at Tribal Council for Erica, save Erica, and we take Bing out.
And because it's such a huge move for Dakota, he will then be painted as the biggest threat in the game so far, at least for the next Tribal Council.
But holy shit, dude. Did you really just give me an idol at Final 8?
So all in all, I got Bing out. I painted Dakota as the biggest target in the game. At the same time, I keep Erica, who I want to be sitting in the Final 3 with.
Brian is pitching Bads because of being like a socially threat, challenge threat, or a big threat.
Her name was the only name that I heard, and even though we had a connection in the Mauta 2.0, I do think that Bads staying in the game is better for my game.
Since I don't have a vote, I'm just going to listen to them and I'm just gonna say yes. So tonight, I think I am your Miss Yes. Yes for everything.
The plan is in Tribal Council to vote for Bing. I think Bing is a lovely person. I've enjoyed we haven't spoken at all, so I can't even cut it. Like, Bing, girl, we haven't spoken with each other really in private. We have no personal connection outside of what we've communicated on call.
I feel like I won't get far in this game if I don't involve the international players. In as much as puro Pinoy kami in the tribe, I want to build a connection with at least one international player to actually connect me with the other international players. So I feel like that can be an advantage for me moving forward.
I'm not going to jump up and be excited to play with someone who I haven't played with for literally half the game because we told each other day one, I want to work with you. So that was my mindset going into Tribal Council.
If this particular plan works, I think this is the biggest move in the game made by anyone in the cast.
Hello guys, welcome to another Tribal Council. We have here with us your jury. Costas and Charlene voted out last Tribal Council. Right. Let's talk about what happened in the last Tribal Council. Erica, do you think that it could be a concern now that advantages and idols could still be played at this point? Erica?
I mean, that last tribal, you saw it too, James. Like, I was shocked at how many advantages and idols were played. I didn't even know that many were out. So, like, I feel like now it's like, really expect the unexpected. Like, there's no expectation for how much is actually out there in the game. Like, you never know who could have something.
All right. Fair enough. Okay. So, right now, looking at the tribe, there's an equal number of men and women. There's also a divide between former Arakoa and former Mauta, there's also a divide between Filipinos and Americans because Dakota and Erica are the only ones left that are not Filipino. Dakota, is this something that causes a concern?
Well, out of the many comparisons there, the Filipino one is the last one of my concern. In all honesty, as a viewer, when I was watching this, we have the inside scoop, so I very well may be wrong. Who knows? But I'm willing to take that chance to say that, whatever Filipino alliance that is being rumored or whatever, I just don't think it's there at this point. Because, I mean, just the experiences, the votes, things that I've personally recollected, things that other people probably have noticed, it just doesn't seem to be that way. Who knows? I could be wrong.
All right. And Bads, what can you say to that? Can you agree that all Filipino alliance is out of the window? It's not a option right now?
I wouldn't say that as far as I can throw this table in front of me. Um, every possible commonality will always be a ground for alliance, whether it be nationality, it be gender, it be an interest over a particular television show, or whether it be your profession, your career, whatsoever. Everything is possible. And so I don't want to rule that out. I also don't want to rule out the fact that in the Philippines we are 7,107 islands, and there are people in the Philippines in this particular cast who come from the same or similar group of islands from which I'm not a part of. So I don't know. Things are pretty crazy. Lines are not really clearly drawn, and I'm so interested how this tribal council goes down tonight. But like I always say, I'm a predictable player. Whatever I committed to, I will hold on to that commitment.
All right. Okay. All right. So let's look at the challenge now. Brian, being one of the people who has won the previous immunity challenge, and if we backtrack, most of the people who won immunity challenges are women, namely Kenita, Katz, Bing, and yourself, Brian. So do you think immunity wins are gonna play a factor in the votes?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, as jury, you have to take into aspect all of it, like the wins, the strategic part, the social part. And I feel like as a collective of those three, you can decide on who you want to give your vote to. But yeah, it also depends on the jury. I mean, if you win all the challenges but you have no strategic move, they might give it to the person who's like the most strategic or the most social. So it depends on the jury, but I think that it does play a part in the decision.
All right, that's fair. But I want to ask the winner of this challenge, which is Kat. Kat, being one of the people who already won the immunity challenge thus far, does that make you a threat?
I don't know. It depends upon their perception of me. I did what I have to do. I make my own strategy about the challenge, and apparently that strategy worked. So it's all about how you do the challenge. It's not about being a threat. Maybe I won tonight, but I will not win any challenges anymore. Which maybe also the part of being lucky is one of them. I'm not really sure, but right now I am very glad that I won. And yeah, I think that's it.
Bing, going still with the challenge thing. Na out of the 4 challenges, 3 winners are women. So is that safe to say that the women in the season are stronger?
Definitely not. I don't think that. Again, a lot of factors to be considered. One of which is the type of challenge that you pose. So let's say it's just blowing balls. I don't think gender is a factor there. And right now, I don't think gender should be a factor in anything women can do as much as men. Men can do as much as women. Yeah. So yep, not a factor.
All right. Okay. So now that we're on top 8, it's pretty also apparent that the numbers are getting smaller from this point. And the smaller the number, the fewer people to trust. So, Kenita, how do you, at this point in the game, how do you make that decision of who to trust since there's only a few of you left?
How do I make that decision? We're just came from the merge, right? And basically I was on the outs during that tribal council. So I really don't know at this point. And the messages was been crazy. And I think just like what Buds have been saying before, I think I'm gonna commit to those people whom I said I'm gonna be aligning with or voting with, and let's just see
All right. Truly
what.
is, perception truly is reality in this game. But, Kenneth, can you say the same thing? Same question. Like, how do you decide who to trust at this point?
I think I'm just basing it to the people that I was with, and if I'm hearing a plan that is also like similar to my plan, so of course I have the thing that I'll do is just follow it honestly, because I know that it is not just for that person's good, it's also for my good.
You just said that you're gonna listen to the people who have similar plans as yours. Does that mean if they have different plans than yours, you won't listen to them?
Well, I would the people that I have similar plans with, um I think we already worked before, and of course like I believe that that alliance is basically a team. So of course I would say what I think is what's best for us, because I really do want to move forward with the people that I am working with.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. So, as now we dwindle down in numbers, the votes are gonna get harder and harder and harder. So, I wanna ask Bads, how do you base your vote from this point?
Like I said a while ago, this game is social more than strategy. Regardless of what your strategy is, it can only go as far as your social backing or your social capital is available. And so my vote is based on the social capital which I have established and I have invested effort in forming. Because this point in the game, all my efforts from the start would be futile if I turn my back on those commitments I've made.
Right. So, Bads, I wanna have a follow-up question for you. So, since you said na you have established these connections with your social capital and so on, so is there any room for new alliances for you?
Um, well, I guess, but as a person, I'm a water. I go with the flow. If someone in that alliance where I committed in would rock the boat and would give me enough reason to also change my strategy, I would. But so far in the game, no one has. So I don't think there's any reason to.
Since you're the only one, since you're the only person who is safe for this tribal council, how do you think the tribe should vote for this point?
Cannot say anything that will translate how they perceive game, because it's everyone's it's individual game right now. We're just trusting people that we are connected with, so I'm not sure how they are going to vote. They have different different reason, they have different like strategy. So just coming from me, it will not be enough.
All right. But I guess what's most important in this current tribal council is trust. And we shall see if you put your trust in the right people, because it is now time to vote.
Well, this parchment says Erica, but the real target is Bing. I want to dismantle that Bing Brian connection. My parchment will only be for show, just to make sure that my original 5-man Pinoy alliance will still trust me, because they are already familiar with my blue cursive writing on my parchment. So I don't know. This is a risk, but I'm hoping that Dakota and Erica will stick to the plan. So we'll see.
Whew, voting for Bads. Oh my god, this is where it's gonna get interesting. I don't know what's gonna happen. I hope he goes home. He's such a threat. I don't think he wants me in the final with him, and I definitely don't want him in the final with me.
I hope that this is the right move to make. I'm really putting my faith and trust in, which may be a lethal mistake, but at least it'll be one that I make on my own, I guess. But good game. I'm so sorry.
All right. I now have the votes. Before I read the votes, if anybody has a hidden immunity idol you want to play, now would be the time to do so. Okay, once the votes are read, the decision is final. First with the highest number of votes needs to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote. Erica. Bads. Bads, that's 2 votes, Bads. Erica, that's 2 votes, Bads, 2 votes, Erica. Bads, that's 3 votes, Bads. Bads, that's 4 votes, Bads, 2 votes, Erica. Person voted out of Zoomvivor PANGAEA and the 3rd member of our jury. Bads. Bads, that is 5. That is enough. Any final words for the tribe?
Nice playing with you all.
Alright, Bads, with that, the tribe was spoken. Alright, with that, I guess it's safe to say that trust is now placed in the people that you thought you should trust.
Stay tuned for scenes from our next episode.
Next time on Zoomvivor.
Bing celebrates a successful blindside,
Finally, King Bads is dethroned.
while Kenneth plans his revenge.
Well, that's what you get for blindsiding me. So do what you gotta do, scramble.
Casting for Zoomvivor 6 is now open. Check out our Facebook page for more details.
I feel so stupid. Fuck. I have an idol in my pocket. I gave an idol to Dakota. I was willing to rock the boat and abandon the Pinoy alliance just so I can make some room for Dakota and Erica, but apparently I think they're working with other Pinoys. I may have come off too strong. That's why the target's off my back. I'm still not good at, managing my threat level, whatever is left of it. What the actual fuckery? I'm so frustrated. The fuck! When Dakota did not play the idol, I knew something was wrong. I would have wanted to play the idol. But I thought he was just being selfish, not playing it for Eric and keeping it to himself. I don't know. Fuck. Anyway. One big goal in playing Zoomvivor was actually to harness the skill of diverting the target away from me, because in the orgs that I've played, I was not able to do that, or I wasn't very successful in doing that. And still in this game, I'm not successful in doing that. But you know what they say, it's always a learning experience every game that you play. And I wouldn't get tired of playing this game until one day I become a sole survivor. Maybe it's not my time today, but sooner or later. To everyone supporting me, thank you so much. I hope you're still proud of me despite not making it in the finale. It is what it is. Well, it sucks. That's such is life.